Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Ringside Rants on a Wednesday. Did I say that right? Yes, I did. And to my right, over here, somewhere, if I can get my thumb to go that direction, it is Josh, aka Bad Karma. And below me, as usual, the Smark of Strong Style, the Japanese guru, the Perosu of Strong Style, the
Stop.
everything.
Just Phil.
Just Phil. You know what? That should be your name, man. Just Phil.
No, it's the Smarter Strong Style Phil.
You got just Mike, so he's got to be Phil.
Yeah. Okay, so Phil.
Phil.
No, Smarter Strong Style Phil.
I like Phil. I think that works better.
No.
Philly Phil.
Hey,
That
no.
was my nickname in school. I hated that.
What, Philly Phil or Phil?
Yes, I hated Philly Phil.
You hated Philly Phil?
I
Yeah, because you're not from Philadelphia. Yeah, you're not from Philly. So I like Phil, because you can say, hey, you can feel Phil.
No, I hate that too.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Anyway,
No.
what we were talking about before we came on live, because I think it's something that we needed to talk about. And we're talking about Jade Cargill and her being pushed to the moon in AEW. And then, as Phil was saying, I'll let Phil say what he said, and I'll piggyback off of it again.
Well, like we were talking about, she was being pushed to the moon in AEW, but now she's she's tag team champions, and Triple H doesn't know what the hell to do with her now. She thought she could make her something that she wasn't in AEW, mold her into the WWE way, as he says.
But he couldn't, and I'm going to tell you why. Because she was so raw being in AEW, and she was not completely happy in her, I guess, role in AEW, or was not wanting something there. I don't know the whole story behind it. Don't care. All I know is that when she went to WWE, she was held off TV for over a year?
A few months, yeah.
Almost a whole year, right? A few months from a year?
Yeah,
I don't know. I lost count.
They're mostly hyping her up and popping her up in NXT and
vignettes.
Yeah, and vignettes, or have her sitting in the background and everything. I think it was a Royal Rumble she made her debut, ain't it?
Yeah, well, not this one, but last one, wasn't it? Yeah. And then they held her off until what, after WrestleMania? Yeah. And then
they tried to keep. Yeah, a lot of people said, yeah, we're trying to get rid of her quote unquote bad habits she learned in AEW.
But she was so raw, man. I was telling you, you can't fake raw talent. Look at Bryan Danielson, for example. Mm-hmm. He had talent that, man, the man can wrestle a grape and make it look great, Hell, yeah. Joey Janela wrestled himself several years ago on several different shows, and it was a fucking amazing. And all the flack he gets from several people, and I just don't see it. But her, and everybody's like, well, she botches this and she botches that. Is it so much of a botch, or is it something they're trying to make her
do something different? They're trying to make her wrestle a different way than she learned in AEW, I think.
I don't even think it was that, man, because AEW gave her free reign. They didn't.
Even Bryan Danielson trained her.
Yeah, and they said it wasn't a great trainer. So who is she being trained by? Natalya. And who else was it? Wasn't it Charlotte?
Was Charlotte training her?
I think so.
It's obviously a great trainer, but I think Bryan's a great trainer too. I mean, the guy.
How the heck was Charlotte training her when she got a busted wheel?
That's the thing. I think that's why they pushed her to the main roster, because Natalya was on hiatus at the time. And then whenever Charlotte came through, she was already banged up, and they were like, hey, we got this idea. We'll put you as tag team champions. That way we can just move your flaws to the side. And
we're talking about how Triple H is racist.
No. You're jumping the gun. We're still one subject. You're jumping the gun there.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next, Phil. That's something that we don't even know if he's racist or not. It's something that MVP was saying.
Exactly.
And it kind of gives it that that needle moving slowly a little bit. But anyway, I mean, if you listen to everything from everyone, but anyway, we're talking about Jade Cargill being pushed to the side, kind of, but there really isn't. And like you said, like she's mediocre now, where her actual star power is through the roof. And what WWE and just like in stock markets, whenever they feel like something isn't there, they try to make the people run away from it. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, we're gonna push that.
What I get the feel from Jade Cargill is like she's not. It's just the same person from AEW to WWE. There's really no character change. I mean, she was
that bitch.
Uppity woman. I ain't gonna use the B word, but she was the uppity woman over there. And then she comes over here, and even though she's a face, she's still portraying that same character. So it's really, so it's like, oh, okay, Jade Cargill, like,
I get your point, Josh. But think of hip hop, like think of Cardi B, think of Nicki Minaj, think of Megan Thee Stallion. All these women are that bitch. You know what I'm saying? They portray themselves as this persona, but yet they do good, and yet they don't try to go out there and harm people or do anything bad. But they had that. This is all me. I have my nails done. I got my hair done. I do this. I do that. Da da da. And that's the same way Jade Cargill has portrayed that character in both AEW and WWE. The only difference between AEW and WWE was AEW took it and went, hey, she don't really need to do anything crazy. We just make her have a bunch of followers. Like, you know.
Had a baddie. That's why she had the baddies for.
Like I was just to say, like the housewife deal. You know what I mean? Like the housewives of Orange County, the housewives of this, the housewives of that. She was basically the housewife of AEW. The bitch you wanted to hate, the bitch you wanted to be, the bitch you wanted to have sex with. She was that bitch.
Now she's just watered down than what she was.
I don't know if it's more watered down, more so than WWE trying to take her character away from her and portraying her in one different area. And that's just being another woman on television.
Yeah, mid.
Yeah. I think once they separate her for the tag team titles, that's when
she's going to sink or swim.
Yeah, that's when she got.
I miss her when she tells Tony Schiavone to cut the shit.
Oh, dude.
I loved it when she did that.
All right, look, there's 3 things I'm waiting for on Netflix. One of them is this Friday. One of them is at the beginning of the year. And the other one is right before the end of the year.
But this Friday, what's going on this Friday?
Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Apparently, some people say that Jake Paul's like Glass Joe from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah, and I heard it's also rigged if he wins and whatever. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But the reason why I say Netflix is what I'm looking forward to for these 3 things. And I said Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. The second one, that being close to the end of the year, because we get to find out exactly what day Raw is going to be on. And then we get to see at the beginning of the year what exactly we're going to get, what kind of presentation we're going to get from Raw, like who and what and how it's going to be. Is it going to be TV PG still, TV 14, TVMA, TVA? Who knows? There is no limit with Netflix, and that's what I love about it, because they really have no censorship on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's like being on Netflix.
I don't see them going full blown dropping F-bombs, which they could, yes, but
for shock factor.
Yeah, but
yeah, they even put the pile driver on Kevin. Kevin Owens put speaking of which, he put
we'll get to that
in the package pile driver.
Yeah, but I don't see them going full blown. Oh, fuck you, you know. I say maybe they're gonna. I think they're probably gonna say shit. Maybe
GD maybe.
Damn it,
Yeah, that or holy fucking shit maybe once in every blue moon because
no censorship of the crowd. I expect that.
100%. I expect
that. But I don't see them going full blown anything else. Maybe they'll do like a Daniel Bryan. Your fucking head in.
They're probably gonna say fuck you, like to a certain wrestler, or shut the fuck up.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that in WWE because WWE don't have that type of
hardcore fans.
Yeah, man, they don't have that passion like that you see in AEW whenever.
Well, I did see them say "fuck you, Roman."
Well, that was because they were in a certain country too.
It was WrestleMania, though.
Was that this WrestleMania?
Yeah, it was about a couple of years ago. Like when it was like that match. It was like I forgot which one it was. It was WrestleMania 37 or 38. I don't remember.
I'm talking recent though, Phil. I ain't talking years ago, bro.
But
I mean, this was during the probably post-pandemic, so
I got you.
But yeah, like I said, I see them maybe slipping. Maybe every once in a while they'll push the F word maybe once a year. They'll have like that checklist of like, okay, you can say that once.
Well, The Rock did.
We'll give you a 10 shit limit.
Like you did in South Park that one time.
Yeah.
What about that time whenever The Rock said, "I am the fucking final boss"?
Oh yeah.
Well, he did it on like a YouTube or something like that. It was like I don't think he did it on live. Yeah. Yeah, because if I remember right, it was filmed like after Raw was over, and he's like, "I want you to continue fucking filming this," or some shit like that.
Yeah. And then whenever he told Triple H to go tell Cody Rhodes to get his shit together, that was live. That was during the press conference from this year at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that was really good. That was well done.
And I remember CM Punk jabbing at him too.
Oh, dude, he was jabbing the shit out of him, dude, like left and right, dude. He was taking pop shots at him, and Big E was just like, "Motherfucker!" Like, like, damn, bro. Like
well, I'm gonna wrestle him, so you're not. I am.
Yeah, like, fuck that. But no, I mean, but in all honesty, though,
yeah. I'm gonna say like they're gonna have like a checklist. Is like they're probably gonna be able to get away with some stuff, but is like I said, they're gonna have a checklist. Like we'll give you this word so many times in a year. We'll give you this word so many times in a year, and we'll let you do this every so often.
Yeah. But now this is the cool thing, I think, man. This is just what I'm spitballing here because follow me, just go with me. Now. They have this brand new presentation. They're going to change the title, of course, for Raw. They're going to have different people show up on Raw. They're going to
go back to Raw's War.
Huh?
Go back to Raw's War.
Man, that would be fucking epic. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel desensitized when it comes to Raw. Like, I don't have that same like. I need to watch this no more. I really don't. I mean, I watch it. I've been watching it, but I don't have that same. Whenever I was a teenager or young 20s man, going, "Oh my god, it was gonna be."
I started losing it around like the 2010s and everything. That's when I started really losing it. That's like slowly but slowly, like even when they just lost that edge they got.
And my biggest argument with people now it isn't that WWE is a bad product. It's why do you watch it? Well, I mean, the majority of people always tell me, well, it's got the best storylines. I'm like, okay, tell me one besides the Bloodline. Well, the Bloodline. I'm like, give me another one.
Wyatt's.
The Wyatt Six. Who are they feuding with right now, Josh?
The Miz. Karrion Kross and the Miz.
Yeah, exactly. But before that, they were feuding with Chad Gable, and they can't figure out what to do with Chad Gable since then. You see my point?
But here's the thing, and they say AEW has no storylines. Look at them; they're gonna have a huge storyline with Swerve and the Hurt Syndicate.
Dude, there's several different storylines going on right now in AEW that I want to touch on in a minute. But
can we also talk about Triple H? What's going on? The controversy with Triple H?
Yes, there we go. So I'm going to pull up. I should have done this earlier. I'm going to pull it up now.
Let's go on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think it was Twitter. I think it was just an interview. Okay. Wow. MVP clarifies racist accusations surrounding Triple H and Hulk Hogan. This was this year. Wow. Okay. For the longest time, there had been a widely circulated unofficial beef between MVP and Triple H, with many using the actions of the former to accuse the latter of being racist. Now, granted, MVP has brought much of that on himself, liking posts and subtweeting the WWE CCO for how he's treated the Hurt business since coming to Creative Control. But in a special virtual signing with KNS WrestleFest, the former United States champion decided to set the record straight, noting that he doesn't believe Paul Levesque is racist, unlike Hulk Hogan, who, by his own admission, is. It made the rounds that MVP said Triple H was racist. I've never said that word. I've never said that. You show me the quote of the caption where I said that. Somebody made a comment on my social media about how he books black talent. I just said, you see it? I never said he is racist. I never said that. That was never anything I said. I want to make that very clear. If you're watching, you got that soundbite here first. I'll go more into it in my podcast and be explained via Fightful. He said he didn't say it. In his own opinion, he books talent of color. How he books talent of color, that's a different conversation. But I never said the man was racist. Hulk Hogan is racist. As far as Triple H, I don't know what he is. I don't know what his motivations are, but I've never said he was racist. Did Hogan say he's a bit racist, MVP claim? Well, yes, he did. As not only did he make the statements that launched the Gawker lawsuit currently being made into a movie today, but he also declared that, I guess we're all a little racist in a recorded conversation released to the court back in 2015. Say what you will about the Levesque, how Levesque has booked wrestlers like Lashley, Shelton, and the Street Profits, but he has never come out to say anything like that, which MVP was wise to clarify.
Okay.
But he just said that whenever he got told that they weren't going to put him back on television, he asked why. He said because of he didn't feel like it was best for business. He said, wait, what?
That was just YouTube. I'm broadcasting on Facebook and other social media platforms telling we're live, so don't mind me.
Oh, okay. You're good. So yeah, but he has said, and I quote, he has said that, certain things he's done in being that way makes him look a certain way.
Yeah.
It just,
I
don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't.
Well, it's like, the Hurt business stuff that Vince McMahon
Syndicate now. It's Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about in the WWE, the Hurt business. Vince McMahon killed that movement.
Man, what you say? He destroyed that shit, dude.
Yeah, he destroyed that, and that was good, and it was started picking up momentum, and all of a sudden it just stopped. It was like, you turn on him. I'm like, wait a minute, we're only a month into this.
It was sort of like they didn't want them to be over. They wanted them to be a secondary thing because of Bill Goldberg, and that's just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lashley Brock Lesnar.
And that's the problem. Goldberg. No one wants to see old Berg.
People like Goldberg for what he was, man. They don't want to see Goldberg for what he is now. And I can honestly agree with that.
His former self, especially People turned on him after he almost killed the Undertaker in Saudi Arabia.
Man, I don't.
Yeah, that's a whole.
It's truth. He almost injured Undertaker.
That's because he knocked himself out.
Yeah, he got himself a fucking concussion while he thought he was 20, 30 years old and banging his head on a locker.
He didn't do that. He did it in the match.
He did it during the match, man.
Yeah, he did it during the match. Yeah, he went for the post and fucking rung his bell under the post.
And that was in Saudi, if I'm not correct.
Even Undertaker goes on a show and says, "Yeah, that was such a bad match." I was like. And it's like I was looking forward to that. I've been wanting to wrestle him for years, and it's like, and the way it went down is like
disappointed.
He was disappointed, and not in him because, accidents happen. It was an accident. I mean, he went for he hit the post and boom.
But Goldberg is one of those guys, man, where he's got polarizing people. You have fans that want to see Goldberg every step of his career. And then you have fans like you, Phil, that just say, hey, enough's enough, man. Just enough's enough. You've done enough with the business. The business took care of you. Take care of the business. Ride off into the sunset. Hang up your hat. Hang up your boots. Put people over on the company that you are actually employed by, and quit putting them through the fucking ringer by like how much you hate and how much you dislike certain people. Because before you go any further about how I feel about certain people, but this right here, it needs to be stated for every legend, not just in WWE, but AEW as well. AEW has been doing better with their legends and better with what they've been doing with the people who used to wrestle, just like when WWE back in the 80s. If y'all correct me on this, if I'm wrong, Harley Race came out and was the manager of Haku. Also, Harley Race was also putting over Haku as the next king because he became King Haku before even King of the Ring was even done.
Look at Andre the Giant. His body was deteriorating really bad during those times, and the best thing you could do is like put over Hogan at WrestleMania 3. I mean,
yes,
he put over a lot of wrestlers during that time, and he realized, his days of his prime were coming to an end, and he was just, what's the word for it? Just going through the motions with his wrestling business. He even put Bret Hart over in a few matches in house shows because you realized that, huh?
And he put Warrior over too.
Which he shouldn't have.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Ultimate Warrior at that time in that stage of the game, he was the most over thing in any sport at that point in time.
There was I think there was a story out there where him and Warrior were going at it. We're on tour. They were going at it a couple house shows, and Warrior kept stiff arming Andre, and finally Andre just had enough, and it's like, stop! Just slap the shit out of him in the middle of the ring, and then he finally learned.
Yeah. You don't fuck with Andre.
No, you don't, and you don't fuck with the Iron Sheik.
Don't make you humble. Don't make you humble.
You don't fuck with Andre. You don't fuck with the Iron Sheik. You don't fuck with Haku.
You don't tug on Superman's cape.
Yeah. But no, seriously, about the Haku thing, they said that man right there was like the toughest guy in the locker room. Nobody fucked with that man. Like,
I already beat up a bunch of fucking rednecks in a bar one time. Haku did.
I heard it was rednecks. I heard it was bikers. That's the thing I heard. It was bikers. And he ripped one of their eyeballs out of their fucking hole and then gave it back to him.
Like, I believe it.
These fucking trolls think that Brock Lesnar could kick Haku.
I would like to see that fight in Haku's heyday.
Haku in his prime versus Brock Lesnar. Haku would kill him.
I don't know if he'd kill him, but I think he'd put him in a hospital for a little while.
He would severely injure him.
Yes.
That's the political correct term for it.
I mean, he would not make him unalive, but yeah, he would put him in a hospital bed for
I mean,
you'd be in ICU in critical condition.
Yeah, you got the one guy that Andre the Giant says, "Yeah, I'm scared of him."
Yeah, I mean, even though Andre the Giant was terrified of snakes, he was more terrified of Haku.
Yeah.
Even Macho Man.
Haku was the Chuck Norris of professional wrestling.
Yeah, before Haku, there was no Haku. Haku made Haku. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They say Bruiser Brody was pretty badass too.
Man, Bruiser Brody.
I've heard some stories about Bruiser Brody. He was.
Yeah, you see the old Japanese clips, man. He was fucking.
He was badass in All Japan Pro Wrestling.
Wrestling wise, he was intimidating and knew how to fucking push the crowd and everything. But also, he was very smart behind the scenes.
Very intelligent. He wanted to be something. He wanted to have things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He wanted to have things.
And also, guys, we also let's discuss the elephant in the room. I must talk about the reason why I was absent last week.
Okay.
For those who don't know, I was burned out with a lot of shit going on. Plus, there was this dude I was friends with on social media that kept messaging me, asking him to message him when I don't want to feel like talking to anybody, and he was just asking to join this group, and I didn't feel like it, and just like, why? So basically, you know what I said? I basically just restricted him. I'm tired. Here's the thing. You don't mess with... If a person doesn't answer, leave them the fuck alone. They're tired. I work a lot. Sometimes I just don't want people to message me. I want to be left alone. If you have a problem with that, tough shit.
That's why I don't message you, Phil, because I don't know what Phil I'm going to get. The dude that's tired or, ringside Phil.
It's kind of a little bit of a both today.
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody has their moments, man. Yesterday, dude, I was really, really tired.
Mm-hmm. I was burnt out too.
I think all of us were, and we needed to, and we all needed a reset, and that's the reason we pushed it back today.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, man, it's like I didn't want to. I didn't want to do it.
Night, and I was still. It was, we're getting ready, my job. We're getting ready for the holidays and everything. So you know how it is.
Stressful, brother. Everything's a little stressful this time of the year. I know, and I get it. Like I told y'all earlier about my stepdad breaking his arm.
I'm just glad I get Thanksgiving off.
Hey, that's a plus, brother.
I got 4 days off right there.
Listen to Josh over there. Hey, Josh. Before we go any further, I hope y'all's rent. Jordan Love's coming to get his rent this weekend.
Who? What?
Jordan Love's coming to get his rent.
Fuck you, man.
Jordan who?
Jordan Love.
Who the fuck is Jordan Love?
The quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. I almost called him the Carolina Panthers. Oh, dear Jesus. The Green Bay Packers. So, yeah.
You know what? I honestly, I'm going to say it like this. If the Bears lose, someone deserves other than the offensive coordinator, someone else deserves to get fired. Someone else deserves to get fired.
Wait, hold on. Time out for a second, though, Josh. Didn't y'all only score 3 points against the Patriots last week? 3 points against a team that y'all should have walked the dog.
Should have won. Yeah. Oh, no, I totally agree. We should have won that game.
That dude, y'all held on to 19 points. That's a defensive win, bro. That's a defensive win.
I in all honesty, we should have won that game. The Cardinals, they exposed us. I mean, the Cardinals ran through us. I will not sit there and deny it. You go back and watch it. The Cardinals ran through it, and the Commanders, they got lucky. That was and it is like, and then that will be a loss we're not going to live down. I'll admit it. I'll straight up admit it. We're not going to live that one down. Cardinals, I'll accept that loss because you know what? It exposed us. It showed our that our defense was weak. Our defense was weak. Their offense ran right through our defense. And plus too many penalties, too many rookies making mistakes.
Dude, your whole offensive line is a bunch of rookies, basically, man. You got a rookie quarterback.
Then I think 4 people are out on our offense right now. All our big guys are out.
But I digress, man. I'm just giving you shit.
No. No, and it's like, and if you look at our schedule's not is hard. I mean, it's all divisional.
I hope y'all beat the Lions, and I hope y'all beat the.
We ain't beating the Lions. We ain't beating the Lions. I'll admit that. That right there is like, here's our schedule. It's Packers, Vikings, Lions, Seahawks,
Lions.
Then it goes back to the Lions, Vikings, 49ers,
and then Packers,
and then the Packers. I'll admit, I'll stone cold flat out admit, Vikings are not Vikings. The
Lions.
That's 2 losses right there. That's 2 losses.
So you said you can beat the Packers, though.
You know what? Honestly, if it was a couple weeks ago, before the bye week, and I would say the Packers were beatable. Vikings were beatable. Vikings are very, very beatable. But as the way we're playing right now, no.
I love it, man.
Seahawks and 49ers, that's a 50-50. I'll admit that.
Dude, the 49ers just got Christian McCaffrey back. That's a no-go, bro.
Well, they're like 5-5 right now, or 5-4. Some shit.
Yo, they're flexing, big dog. They're flexing.
Me?
No, Josh, he's over here going like this. He's over here going like, yeah, check me out, bro.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. We're getting away from the wrestling.
Not really, because it's going to segue into my next thing. Y'all ready for this one?
Okay.
WWE just signed a former NFL player.
I heard about that, and I am like, really? Another NFL player?
Hey, it's worked out for him so far. I mean, think about it.
Pat McAfee.
Number 1. Number 2, Goldberg.
Pat McAfee, Goldberg, Bradshaw. No, not Bradshaw. Yeah, Bradshaw.
The Rock.
Roman Reigns.
Was Ron Simmons?
Ron Simmons.
Well, Ron Simmons and The Rock never played NFL. They played college ball.
Actually, Ron Simmons did play professional.
Who did?
Ron Simmons.
Was it Corbin? Yeah, Corbin
He played for the Bengals. He played for the Bengals.
Yeah, look how his career turned.
But Baron Corbin he's getting released. So does he really count?
He's gone. Lex Luger played for the Packers.
That is true. Is that true?
You don't got that jersey.
It is true.
I'm gonna see that.
Dude,
if he did,
I guess what you're ordering.
Oh, dude, he did.
Try to tell you.
There's a couple other people that played.
Oh my god, dude!
You know, see what crazy? Yota Tsuji from New Japan Pro Wrestling played American football in his high school team.
Dude, I am looking this up right now.
God, Luger. Let me see. It had to have been 80s.
Probably late 70s, early 80s. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say late 70s. I'd say it'd be either 80s,
early 80s.
Because when did he make his debut in WWF? It was
NWA.
Oh, they passed on him. He entered training camp.
Oh. Yeah, but there is a couple other football players.
He debuted in January of 1987 under Jim Crockett Promotions.
He was number 66, dude.
Like I said, he started in professional wrestling probably in his late 20s, early 30s in 1987, January.
Yeah,
he started with NWA's Jim Crockett Promotions, not WWE.
Yeah. In 1983, he got released. Damn
He
it,
also
bud.
he also started out in Florida Championship Wrestling in 1985. So he probably worked under whose territory? I forgot.
Florida was Jim Crockett.
No, Florida was not Jim Crockett. That was a little more
Yeah.
Mid-Atlantic.
That's AWA right there, isn't it?
AWA was was Alabama through Texas. That was AWA.
Okay, so WCCW.
Nope, that was Texas.
That's Texas.
That's Texas? Oh, okay. Then
Yeah, so it was Jim Crockett.
No, it was not Jim Crockett. It was more. It was
Jim Crockett was Florida, Georgia, Tennessee.
No, it was not.
not Tennessee. Florida, the Carolinas, and Georgia. Yeah, that was Jim Crockett.
From Florida. It was originally Eddie Graham.
Superstar Billy Graham's brother?
No.
Hold on, man.
We got to bring up the old territory maps.
It was a wrestler named Eddie Graham. Also went by Rip Rogers. His real name is Eddie
USWA. That's the territory. That's the Florida territory.
That's
USWA was Tennessee, and that was Jerry Lawler.
Oh, damn. Then what the fuck was Florida?
Florida Championship Wrestling.
Hold on, damn it. No, that's not what I wanted to see. Here we go. Damn it. Wrong one. World Class was
Texas.
Okay. AWA, dear God, dude, was Wyoming only. Southeastern Wrestling was Alabama. World Championship Wrestling was Georgia. Florida was just Florida. Mid-Atlantic was, hold on, time out a second. Southeastern was all of Alabama and the Mississippi Gulf Coast and Louisiana.
That's where Junkyard Dog got. That's where JYD got big.
And Mid-South was Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas. Mid-America was also known as USWA was Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, and Tennessee. The WWA was Indiana, the south part of Illinois, and Michigan was WCW, which was World Championship Wrestling. Also, Georgia was WCW. Mid-Atlantic was Virginia.
It also was a GCW, Georgia Championship Wrestling.
But that came after. This is in the early 80s.
All right.
Global Wrestling.
New York was WWWF.
In the 80s? No, it was just WWF. It was New York, Pennsylvania, part of the northeast part of Ohio, Vermont, Maine, whatever the hell that is, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island, and New Jersey.
Yeah,
Florida was owned by Eddie Graham, Florida Championship Wrestling. I tried.
But Florida was part of the WCW though. Florida was part of the NWA.
You mean?
Yeah.
All of them were NWA until Vince fucked everything up.
Here we go. United States. Is this it? Dadgummit.
Till Vince poached from all the territories and everything.
You're looking at the map from. You're looking at the actual map from WWE. This Florida was Florida Championship was.
I'm not looking at any map. I was looking up on Wikipedia about Eddie Graham.
And Continental was owned by Rick Fuller, which was all of Alabama. And Memphis was owned by Jerry Jarrett. And Mid-America was owned by Nick Goulas. And then they had ICW. And they have ICW, Mid-Atlantic, WWE, the NWF, the IWA.
WWF, not WWE. It wasn't WWE back then.
Right, but this is on the WWE page, what I'm looking at right now. Stampede Wrestling was also from Stu Hart, which was...
That's all Canada there.
Well, Not necessarily. You had North, South Dakota. You had
Well, you expect WWE's afraid of their past a little bit.
Wyoming and that big and Montana. And then you had the Pac Northwest, which was owned by Don Owen, which was Oregon and Washington.
And WWE was also originally called the WWF. There's also the CWC as well. It was originally when it was under Jesse McMahon.
Yeah.
Cornette's promotion, Mountain Championship.
Promotion, yeah, Rocky Mountain Wrestling or something like that.
Rocky Mountain Wrestling, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was also in Georgia at the time. Hold on one second. Let me go piss. I'll be right back. I just gotta go check.
Get a bottle.
Yeah, right. Damn that.
Anyways, I also found out that that they really got a good card for Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty, by the way.
Oh, they already got the card up already? Shoot.
They already got some wrestlers. I mean, like, if I'm correct, David Finley's going to wrestle one of the. He's already challenged a guy from AEW already or Ring of Honor. I'm looking up Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, no, I find it still. I find it kind of funny that still they have not mentioned that Kenny Omega.
He's going to go against Gabe Kidd because what happened at the last show, show, was like apparently Gabe Kidd and Kenny Omega got into a fight because Kenny Omega's like, because Gabe Kidd was like, "What the fuck you doing here?"
Well, the
like
thing is,
the whiny little bitch he is.
Yeah, but they're not even pushing it on Dynamite. They're not even pushing it yet.
They're not. It's going on in Japan though.
But still, it's like they have a working relationship, and hell, one of the CEOs is going against somebody, but yet they're not pushing it on American television yet, since they're
one of the EVPs are now.
So I wonder why they're keeping it like that, though. So
they haven't brought it yet because I guess they're working on their own. They're working on their stories right now. They should promote it though. All right, this is what I got for the. Also, we're also getting Shingo Takagi at Wrestle Kingdom 19 versus Takeshita. Shingo Takagi. That's going to be a fucking banger.
That's going to be.
So we're talking about Wrestle Kingdom 19, Konosuke Takeshita versus Shingo Takagi. Winner takes both belts.
Ooh.
So
winner takes both belts?
Shingo Takagi, the never openweight champion, versus AEW International Champion Shingo Takagi. Winner takes all at Wrestle Kingdom 19.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
So it's either we're gonna get a new AEW International Champion or possibly a new never openweight champion. And this is one of Don Callis' guys right here, top guys. He just defeated Adam Cole on Dynamite tonight, too.
Yeah, he did.
Shingo Takagi Takeshita is hot right now. And Mike, thank you for showing me that match, that indie match that Takeshita took in.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, from Warrior Wrestling?
Yeah, he's hot. He's hot. He's on the dude's on fire right now.
Oh, I agree.
Which one?
The
one you're at in Chicago. The one you're at in Chicago.
Oh yeah, I suggested that.
Yeah, that was one that Josh recommended. Also, this past weekend.
I know. I didn't get a chance to go, man.
Oh, I ain't worried about you. No. This is something I want to talk to you about. Gentlemen, it was very, very crazy because of the main event. I'm gonna try to find it again here. Hold on.
The New Japan Stardom crossover show on New Japan website.
No, man, no.
You make me sad.
No, I'm talking about the DDT versus Defy. That happened this past weekend. Also, DDT versus TJPW versus Defy happened on
Oh
Saturday.
yeah, TJPW wrestled their show in Seattle, and Wakana Urihara wrestled there, and she got her first match over there. I think Miyu Yamashita won the DDT International Championship or Universal Championship.
Yeah.
Miyu is also hot. She's also been wanting. Also, if I'm correct, Natalia wants her in WWE.
Maybe.
Yeah, but with Mia, well, I don't know. After that little segment they just had on Dynamite tonight, I don't think so.
No, Miyu Yamashita, not Mina Shirakawa. Mina Shirakawa Stardom. Miyu Yamashita's Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Different.
Oh, okay.
But though I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Mina at the Stardom pay-per-view that's coming up Saturday on the 17th.
Yeah, because the DDT Pro right now was insane. The very first match had a 16-year-old versus Gringo Loco. And I don't know how y'all feel about Gringo Loco. I am a huge fan of Gringo Loco.
I like Gringo Loco.
Oh, yeah.
He's an honorary Mexican to a lot of those luchadors down in south of the border.
Yeah. The main event, or not the main event, the event featured the DDT Universal Championship three-way match with Mayo defending against Speedball Mike Bailey and Miyu Yamashita. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, God.
And Konosuke Takeshita took on Koi Kinoshita. And Danshoku Diano versus Randy Myers. In a special tag match was Daisuke Sasaki and Artemis Spencer versus the Bollywood Boys.
Oh, I love the Bollywood Boys. They're great.
Gringo Loco versus Uni. Then you had C4, which was Cody Chun and Guillermo Rojas versus Brian Keith and Shota versus Midnight Heat, which is Eddie Pearl and Ricky Gibson. And then you had Nick Wayne versus Jack Cartwheel.
Oh yeah, I think Defy Pro Wrestling is hosting them. If I'm correct,
who
Defy is one of the Northwest indie territories.
It was held at the Washington Hall in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, that's where they hold it. That's where Defy Pro Wrestling usually has their shows.
Yeah, that's where it was at Defy. It was DDT versus Defy.
That was a good show, though. I saw clips of it. Not bad. I always liked Defy, and if I'm correct, Kenta's Defy World Champion, or was.
Yeah. I was trying to find that pay-per-view that MLW that happened. I can't find it on my site.
It might be on YouTube.
Man, I have to say though, it's hard to say who's my favorite international champion. It's kind of a tie between Takeshita and OC.
Orange Cassidy?
Yeah, he was an international champion before.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
I have to say though, Takeshi's becoming my favorite international champion.
Yeah,
because he's representing that. He's taking the place to Mexico, Japan, all around the world.
Yeah. Now, this right here is... Now, the next night, they had DDT versus TJPW versus Defy. And you had Rika Tatsumi versus Yuki Aino and Arisa Endo versus Vert Vixen, Yuki Kamifuku, and Moka Miyamoto. Miyamoto,
yes.
Yeah, Maki Ito and Zera Zakar versus Amira and Danica Del Rouge.
Ooh. That's a mouthful.
Yeah. And then you had Brian Keith versus Shota. Mayu
Apple.
Huh? Yeah. Mayu Watanabe and Suzumi versus Mizuki and Wakana Yuhara. Now, this one right here has me wanting to watch it. This one match. It's for the Defy Women's Championship. It had Marina Shafir versus Shoko Nakajima.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, other match is also taking a special single match. Yoda at Wrestle Dynasty. Yota Tsuji versus Jack Perry.
There's some things I want to talk about here in a second about Jack Perry before we go any further though. I want to talk about this.
You just sighed. I don't like that.
Because some people are talking about. I'll get to that in a second before we jump the gun. Yeah. But there was also a DDT Universal Championship 3-way match between Mayu Yamashita versus Gringo Loco versus Nick Wayne. And then you had the Moonlight Express reunites versus Sinner and Saint.
Was this all in England? Because I ain't Defy England or
no, Defy is
from Seattle, Washington, USA.
Yeah,
England, Rev Pro is England.
Yeah, Progress is America too. I thought Progress was England, but it's not.
I thought that. I never knew that. I always thought they were from the UK. They also got IC Championship Wrestling, which is Scotland. That's where Drew Galloway got, or should I say Drew McIntyre improved.
And TJPW threw a pay-per-view together for Progress Wrestling. But
it was the TJPW also worked with Defy.
Yeah. And dude, oh my God. They had the Princess Tag Team Championship match with Miyu Yamashita and Maki Ito defending against Burt Dixon and Nicole Matthews.
Damn.
That would be a good match.
Yeah. Also in the lineup, Rika Tatsumi and Amira versus Suzume and Arisa Endo. Miyu Watanabe and Shoku Nakajima versus Yuki Aino and Zara Zakur. And Yuki Kamifuku versus Wakana Yuhara. Mizuki versus...
I love Wakana. She is awesome.
Yeah, and they have Mizuki versus Lisa Hall and Mocha Miyamoto versus Rebel Kell.
And I actually follow... Oh, yeah, Miyu Watanabe?
Mm-hmm.
She's also getting talented well. Like, I remember one time she was at she was that girl that almost took the lens off the GCW camera. Yeah. That was funny, wasn't it?
Yes. So yeah, Defy and Progress work together a lot, but they go back and forth. So Progress is in London, or England rather, I would say. They're in England, and Kenta is the world title. He is the world champion.
Man, I'll tell you what. Another shows I want to see more of. Like, I really want to see more of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, man.
Well, especially when I found out. For those who don't know, El Fantasma has cancer and he's uncleared. He's uncleared until he has to get his surgery. They found it was like a small tumor or something.
Yeah.
And I love El Fantasma. He's one of my favorite wrestlers in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I seen him go from this douchebag shitty heel to where the fans love him.
And IWS is in Canada rather.
Canada.
Oh my!
It is Canada.
Yeah. It's Canada.
No, it's Canada. Anyway,
the views of Mike do not reflect the views and opinions of Phil and Josh.
No shit. You know what I call them? I call them Northern Mexicans, man.
The views of Josh do not reflect the views and opinions of Phil.
I love it, dude. It's fucking hilarious. But anyway, so wow, I can't top that. I just call it the Great White North.
No, I got a comic book. I got a guide I deal with comic books up there, and that's why I call him. Say, hey, maybe quiet, you Northern Mexican.
I call them Mother Canuckers.
Well, that's pretty good. But
that's what The Rock called them. I thought it was funny. Mother Canuckers, because of the Canucks.
Yeah, Vancouver Canucks. Yeah. But the IWS, I mean, the IWS had Jody Threat versus Kristara, and then you had Leon Saver versus Alex Mays versus Nathan Yarmo. Yeah, fuck that last name, dude. Sorry, Yari Moich. That man, that's a name, bro. That's a damn name.
I gotta tell everyone, especially we talked about the old territories and stuff. That was pretty awesome. We never talked about that before ever on our podcast.
Yeah, we have. We've touched on them before. Like the Bay City Choir Boys, Judas and Seth Cassidy, they're the champions versus Sexy and Tabernacle, which is Matthew St. Jock and Sexy Eddie, versus Casanova Productions, JT Producer, and Stephen Maines.
Who the hell are all this?
These are all people that wrestle in IWS. I know it almost sounds like IBS, but I promise you it is not irritable bowel syndrome, people.
Wow. This is crazy. Next week we're getting Mina Shirakawa versus Harley Cameron. Boobas versus Boobas. Boobas.
It's tit for tit.
Tit for tat.
No, it's tit for tit. That's what Harley Cameron said.
Yeah, and they were shaking it. I'm like,
look at this.
Wow.
I don't blame Renee one bit.
Yeah, she didn't want a part of that.
Well, she was on Mina's boobas.
Yeah, they were shaking. They were both shaking it up. She was like, "All right, that's enough."
Yeah, she did do a thing.
I just love when Mina pulls out the boob jokes. They're just funny when she does it. You remember she did that interview with RJ City?
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
So this right here is my my problem with GCW right now. It ain't our problem, but a lot of their talent was on the JCW, and I'm not talking about Jersey Championship Wrestling. I'm talking about Juggalo
Championship Wrestling.
And tomorrow night, they're going to be at Headliners Music Hall in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, God, Jim Cornette's going to love that.
And the event features GCW World Title holder Mance Warner defending his title against Too Tough Tony, who was also the recipient this year of one of the very first inductees of JCW Hall of Fame. And also in the lineup, we got a JCW title match between Masha Slamovich versus Rachel Armstrong.
Is she related to the Armstrong family?
I don't know. And then you have Drew Parker versus Fuego del Sol.
Okay.
I love Fuego.
And then you have a 6-man tag match between Griffin McCoy, Kerry Morton, and Shane Mercer versus the Garbage Daddies, which is Alec Price and Cole Radrick.
You gotta do that with a Boston accent, dude.
The garbage, man. The garbage.
You did that pretty good. I like that.
And Jack Hartwood.
You got the khakis and the khakis.
Yeah.
And the fab from the car.
Yeah. And then you got John Wayne Murdoch versus Larry D. And then you got Miyu Yamashita versus Brooke Havoc.
All I know is they started announcing the card for Chicago. I am not happy.
Oh, dude.
I just start for GCW. I just started seeing the card. It's like I seen all these guys. It's like you're bringing nothing new to Chicago
because they really can't.
Yeah,
Listen to this, man. And GCW Gateway to Death, which is the very next night, which is on the 15th of this week, the 15th of this month. Mm-hmm. It's coming from, they're in Illinois. That's what you're talking about, right?
Well, that's Southern Illinois.
Sauget, Illinois?
Yeah, that's like all the way down almost close to St. Louis.
Okay. How far is that away from you?
Shit, I can probably make it there in 6 hours.
Jesus, never mind. Anyway, the lineup sounds really fucking good. You got Gringo Loco versus Myron Reed, the GCW Tag Team Title 4-way match, which is Violence is Forever, Dominic Garrini and Kevin Koo versus Takayuki Yuki and Violent Jack versus Drew Parker and Rina Yamashita versus the Garbage Daddies, Alec Price and Cole Radrick. That is when they're going to take the titles.
I love Rina.
That's when they're taking the
belt,
title.
though.
They're going to take the titles off Balance is Forever in that match.
Yeah, but like I said, look up look who's coming to Chicago. Like the Chicago team. Look that up. I'm just like, honestly, like I seen.
Hey, check this out, dude.
Nada más guarden sus ímpetus para este viernes y esto, señoras y señores, se va a poner.
I love micro wrestling. Dude.
En contra de Qué Bonito aquí en la Arena México.
Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, CMLL.
Anyway, the next match on the card would be Mike Bailey versus Miyu Yamashita.
Yeah.
And then you have the Jason.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you who's our headliner in Chicago.
All right.
Mance Warner versus Kylie Ray.
Guys,
that's our headliner for Chicago. Mance Warner versus Kylie Ray.
Are you serious?
I'm being dead serious. Look at I saw some of it. It was like, and all the people that are coming, it's like I seen them all. I'm like, there's no draw to the card.
I don't even know where that's. I don't even. What day is that?
December 1st.
Okay, because they don't have that listed on here yet. The highest one they have is Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 12, and that's gonna have some shit.
Facebook it. Mm. It's
Phil.
No, that's me. That's me.
You? Good God.
Hold on. I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
Because I'm really wanting to see the MVP versus Josh Barnett at Bloodsport 12. I don't know about y'all, but I think that'd be a fucking banger. And I got crickets on that one. Okay.
Okay, there's the Bloodsport. Gateway to Death. All right. Yeah, here we go. So far, this is what I'm looking at. It's Mance Warner versus Kylie Ray. Ooh. Garbage Daddies versus Hot Commodity.
Are you sure that's for this?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. Go on their Facebook. Yeah, let's see. So far, this is what's signed. It's a Mance Warner versus Kylie Ray, Zach Wentz versus Sidney Akeem. Don't know who they are. Garbage Daddies versus Hard Commodity. Kerry Morton and Griff McCoy versus the Bang Bros. Matthew Justice and Gringo Loco are scheduled to appear.
Who is?
Gringo Loco and Matthew Justice are scheduled to appear. So Gringo Loco, that's a given. Chicago, surprise. Yeah, but it's like I'm looking right now. There's no draw. It's like I was gonna buy a ticket to it, but I'm like, why? I think this is one I'm probably actually gonna skip.
Well, I'm looking at it now. Oh, dude, you can get Zach Wentz, dude.
One guy. I don't even know who he is.
What? He was part of the the Rascals with he's part of the Rascals, man. It's him, it was Wesley, and they were a tag team. And now it's him and the other guy.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking at there's
sorry about that. I've been having a lot of technical difficulties.
Oh, you're good. You're good. He's
I
trying
bet
to
he's a drink.
listen to this. Zach Wentz is going to be in Chicago, and he don't know who Zach Wentz is. Where did he go? Jesus.
He's just in the aluminum foil on the pig, you know.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking at it.
But like I said, I'm looking at this, but like I said, there's no draw to it. I mean, there's nothing making me want to go.
There's a little bit of a draw here. I mean,
if the ticket was $10, I'll go. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know because they're not really. They're just saying people. This right here is the update I got from Game Changer. Let's go to Game Changer.
Speaking of which, speaking of Game Changers, if you want to change your game, try one of our favorite drinks, W.
Yeah, for real.
Get your W energy drink at w.gg. Use our promo code Ringside Rants, 10% off, all caps.
Yeah,
just like Danhausen, buy W or be cursed.
Be cursed.
So, Kerry Morton and Ethan McCoy. That's going to be cool because Kerry Morton is the son of
Ricky Morton of the Midnight of the Rock.
Yeah, but like I said, nothing's drawing me into making me want to go. Do you understand? It's like,
well, what about mommy?
No, yeah. There's no one there that makes me want to go see this.
Sidney Hakeem and Zach Wentz would be a good one.
Like I said.
Who is Hot Commodity? I don't know who Hot Commodity is. Why do I not? I mean, I think I know who Hot Commodity is, but I don't know who Hot Commodity is.
I don't know. Phil, Google tag team wrestling. Hot Commodity. Hot Commodity wrestling.
Hot Commodity.
They have listed
Hot Commodity, the Internet Wrestling Database. Let's see. They've been in the. Oh, come on.
Oh, dude, that's Trevor Outlaw. Okay.
Danny Miles and Scott Reed.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Hot Commodity.
I got Hayden Backlund and Trevor Outlaw.
I must have got the wrong one. This is on cagematch.net.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Hayden Backlund and Trevor Outlaw.
I got Scott Reed and Danny Miles.
I got Trevor Outlaw. He's from Chicago, Illinois. So you're the wrong guy.
Your mother's the wrong guy.
Your mother goes to college.
Ooh.
What? Okay. Either way, like I said, I am not impressed. There's nothing making me want to go to this.
And Hayden Backlund was trained by Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall.
That's pretty good training.
And Trevor Outlaw was trained by Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall and Cali Ray and Isaiah Velasquez.
Did you guys see the episode of Hey EW with Yuka Sakazaki?
No.
Basically killed RJ City in her imagination with their cute little laughs, which made it turn creepy. She reminded me of the Happy Tree Friends.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that series.
That's what Yuka Sakazaki reminded me of when she was on the show with RJ City. She had of like unaliving RJ City and there was blood or she reminded me of like the cute little Happy Tree Friends. The cute but psycho.
So Phil, I'm pretty sure Josh, you have one of these up there in your area. Dave and Buster's is opening up on December 16th here.
Yeah, we got Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, you know they host all of AEW pay-per-views.
Yeah, I know.
So when is World's End?
Hell, Full Gear's next weekend.
Yeah, so I might have to pay for Full Gear. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to go to Dave and Buster's for World's End.
There you go.
Oh God! Last time I went to a Dave and Buster's was 2008. It was in around either Hollywood or Miami, Florida. I think when I was visiting when my brother and his family were living down there, I was visiting them. It was really nice down in South Florida. Well, you lived in Hollywood, but I think the Dave and Buster's was in Miami or somewhere or that or Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. In my opinion, I'm looking at all the cards for next couple GCW events. You know, I think finally GCW's losing their steam. I mean, really? I mean, it's just the same people over and over again.
Is that you, Josh?
No, that's Phil.
Damn it, Phil.
But yeah, I was like, I'm looking at all the cards. And I'm like, I mean, the Bloodsport one that looks interesting.
Do what?
It's but other than that, it's like gate. Like let me see. Let's see. This Friday, Gateway to Death. Like to see. Mansworth versus seen them both. Miyu Yoshimita versus Mike Bailey. Seen them both. Gringo Loco. Seen them. Joey Janela. Seen him. I don't know how many fucking times.
Maybe you're just bored.
Yeah, it's getting really, really boring. Like,
I guess
I'm sorry.
Maybe you should take a break. Maybe you should take a break from wrestling shows, dude. Sometimes you just need a break from it. Sometimes less is more.
Yeah, it's the same people over and over. And it's like I said, the Chicago date is coming up. Like you got what 1, 2, 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away, and there's nothing drawing me to go to this card.
Oh wow! So look. This right here is the NWA Alliance, the National Wrestling Alliance. They have everything written up over here. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
And 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is St. Louis Wrestling Club, which is in St. Louis, Missouri. They had, and this is all in the AWA bracket. Continental Wrestling Association, which is in Tennessee. Memphis, to be exact. 3, you have Southeast Championship Wrestling, which is in Knoxville, Tennessee. And you have Gold Coast Championship Wrestling, which is in Dothan, Alabama. And then you have the National Wrestling Federation, which is in Buffalo, New York, and Cleveland, Ohio. So, yeah, dude, that is crazy.
I try to bring back the territory system.
That was all in the AWA. And World Class Championship Wrestling, you had was in Dallas. And then you had Southeast Championship Wrestling in San Antonio.
These are all the NWA territories, not AWA. AWA is for the NWA territory, one of the NWA territories.
Mm-hmm. It was. And then you had Tri-State Wrestling, which was part of the Mid-South Wrestling Association, which was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and New Orleans, Louisiana. And then you had the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, JCP, which was Jim Crockett Promotions, and Charlotte, which was Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. And then you had Georgia Championship Wrestling, which was in Atlanta. Championship Wrestling from Florida, which was in Tampa.
Yep, Florida Championship Wrestling.
Yeah. And then you had
that's where Hogan started.
Western State Sports, which was in Amarillo, Texas, and in New Mexico. Then you had Western State Wrestling Alliance, which was in Arizona. Then you had the World Wrestling Association in Los Angeles, California, Big Time Wrestling in San Francisco, and the Pacific Northwest Wrestling in Portland, Oregon, Stampede Wrestling in Calgary, which was also part of Montana. And then you had the AWA, which was the American Wrestling Association in Minneapolis. the NWA Heart of America in Kansas City, Missouri, World Wrestling Association in Indianapolis, Indiana, Big Time Wrestling in Detroit, Worldwide Wrestling Federation in New York, New York, and it had like a bunch of states on lock, man.
That's AKA WWE.
Yeah, and the only 3 states that aren't listed, actually there's 4 states. You had Colorado, Wyoming, Nevada, and Idaho. None of those were, or Atlanta and Hawaii.
What? Well, Hawaii was.
But this is part of the NWA, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and WWF, the Worldwide Wrestling, the WWF, one time was part of the NWA umbrella.
Worldwide Wrestling Federation. But basically, they're part of that lineage. Basically, that's why the W is more of a lineage title. ECW is a lineage title. The more in All Japan Pro Wrestling's Triple Crown is a lineage title.
Even TNA was a lineage child.
Yep. The only title that weren't lineage was AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's IWGP.
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor wasn't lineage either.
They became lineage with FIP, though.
I can look it up. It's not lineage.
FIP ain't either?
Huh?
FIP wasn't lineage?
What's FIP?
Full Impact Pro?
Impact is
no. Full Impact Pro. FIP. They were in Florida. I thought that was NWA, but I could. I mean, because Ring of Honor bought it out.
No. But their titles are non-lineage, though, for what I've heard. Like, but they still are special to me. Like the Ring of Honor, they're all great belts. They were created because, like Antonio Inoki made the IWGP Heavyweight Championship special. Plus, the people who were the champions, like Vader was the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, yeah.
Or IWGP Champion. You also have what's his name? You have the Great Muta. You also have Masahiro Chono. You remember Chono?
Yeah, everybody remembers Chono.
Respect Chono, or else.
Yeah, so in 1993, the largest remaining member promotion was WCW. And then NWA TNA. And then I'm trying to see. It was from 1948, man. 1948 till 19-something. 1993?
Yeah.
What, NWA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they also tried to work with ECW, and then Shane Douglas told.
ECW was NWA ECW. And on August 27, 1994, they held a world title tournament for the vacant NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
And Shane Douglas won it.
Yeah, and Shane Douglas said that, that everybody can kiss his ass.
So I'd rather be the ECW championship.
I like that, though.
Mm-hmm.
I respect what he did. He didn't want to hold on to what he called a dead title. And I hate to say it, but the NWA is back on life support.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time. They keep saying AEW's going to fall. Look at NWA. Look what they're in the shitter. Billy Corgan committed career suicide with last year's Somme win.
I don't even know how this one did this year.
It's even NWA 74, 75 didn't even show up on pay-per-view. It just showed up in episodes of NWA Power.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was still on.
There was on CW till WWE got in it, till CW got NXT. So basically, they're fucked.
All right. So on October 18th, it was reported by News Blog House of Wrestling that NWA has signed a deal with the CW to air Power and a reality show documenting behind the scenes footage. However, a controversial segment from that month's Saw Wayne pay-per-view event, in which Father James Mitchell, along with several women and wrestlers, were seen consuming cocaine, drew negative reactions online. The following month, the CW signed a deal with WWE for its weekly NXT program. Though it was rumored to be in response to the Saw Wayne segment, Corgan later revealed in 2024 interview with Fightful that the CW executives didn't have a problem with the spot and that it was a completely invented story by either a troll inside the company, a leaker, or something. Following Saw Wayne, episodes of Power were later added to the CW's app in November. In January 2024, NWA announced that new episodes of Power will be available in the CW app from February 6th. On February 20th, NWA launched a new territory in Chicago, Illinois.
What? Sure they did.
Huh?
Yeah, it's what it says. And on April 27th, welcome Crossfire Wrestling, which based in Sevierville, Tennessee, as one of their territories. On November 2nd, NWA announced that World League Wrestling, founded by Harley Race, will be NWA's fifth territory in Missouri, and it would serve as NWA's developmental system. What the fuck?
It's like they're like a cockroach. I hate to say they're like a cockroach.
Oh, look, these are the people I know for a fact that from other promotions besides NWA. Black G's, CZW. Colby Corino, Ring of Honor. EC3, everywhere else.
Damn, he's still wrestling there?
Yeah, Homicide, TNA, Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Colby Corino, I have a feeling Colby Corino's in AEW, probably in WWE with his dad.
Kerry Morton, I remember him. I know him from just wherever else, like GCW.
Yeah, I watched him making GCW.
Mike Knox from ECW.
He's still alive.
Ricky Morton. Well, he's Ricky Morton. Tom Latimer from NWA. From TNA. Trevor Murdoch from WWE. And that's it. Oh, and Kenzie Page from, her and Kylie Page. I know both of them from Big New South. Max the Impaler.
From TJPW.
Yep. Natalia Markova.
I also watched Max wrestle in Ring of Honor as well.
Mm-hmm.
What, Max the Impaler?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her at Warrior Wrestling.
All they did was grunt, didn't they?
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
Like I can say, hey, can I have a picture with you?
They're keeping. I like the kayfabe. I like they're keeping kayfabe.
It's like, okay, yeah.
They were cool with you, weren't they?
And all the people backstage, you have Pat Kenny, who was the director of talent relations and executive producer. Billy Corgan, who is the owner, president, and executive producer. Billy Trask, who's the director of television production, producer. You have Jazz, who's a producer.
Really? Oh, geez.
Yeah.
There's a name.
Bill Behrens, who's a producer. Rick Michaels, who is a producer. And Pollo Del Mar, who is a floor director, occasional manager. Pollo Del Mar is an American drag queen, performer, wrestling personality, journalist, activist, and recording artist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
She was the manager of Billy Thrill Billy Silas Mason.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's not a bad wrestler, man. But
you're having the Jack Cartwheel?
Yeah, he's part of the ID thing. Yeah, I'm not impressed. I don't know how I feel about that. And
me neither.
But speaking of on certain things right now, let's talk about storylines or lack thereof in AEW. The AEW main storyline that everybody has been focused on and what's going to happen is Jon Moxley and the Death Riders basically holding AEW hostage.
Yeah, I was wondering what the segment was going to be tonight, and all it was just a big old fight. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, really? It's like they're not giving me the meat that I want. It's like
I'm just letting it play out. You know, it kind of gives me that slow. They're giving me a little. They're teasing us.
It ain't no tease, man. It's like
there's nothing to tease.
Yeah. It's almost at a stall because it needs something, and I don't know what that something is. But because Moxley said, "Who's standing beside you is going to turn on you." Who is he speaking of? Who is he?
It reminds me of the NWO, you know, storyline a little bit. I like that.
No, not even that.
No, man. It don't have no NWO plot to it, man. It's more of a. I hate to say this, but the Hurt Syndicate stole its thunder.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Hurt Syndicate stole its thunder, and it's like there's nothing drama. It's like you're not dropping no bombs on me. I mean, you're not selling nothing to me to make me like, oh, what's going on here? What the fuck?
The whole Christian Cage being the next champion, I do believe that's a thing. I believe. No. Oh yeah, dude, our dad is going to be champion, bro.
No,
our daddy is going to be champion.
No, this is how I see it's going to play out. Somehow, Moxley is going to drop the title to. If this is how I gotta see it's gonna play out. If this happens, Moxley's gonna drop the title to Orange Cassidy. Cassidy's gonna win, but he's gonna be beat up, and that's when our father figure comes out. Cassidy's
not mine.
Dude, he is our father figure.
The views and opinions of Josh and Mike do not reflect the views and opinions of Phil.
What the? That's not how that works. but that's if I see it happen at a Full Gear. I don't see it happen at a Full Gear.
I can see it happening at World's End.
World's End, yes.
But because of the fact of it is, man, I mean, think about it like this. In WWE, you have the big storylines besides the Bloodline is the Wyatt Six. And name another feud that everybody's been talking about. There's not one except for Judgment Day, and that's just recently started.
It's just
that's starting to die down now. Now they're fighting it within themselves now. So
the old Judgment Day was way better. Now it's just mid.
The only thing that actually keep me interested is Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins. That's actually good right there.
Gunther is being Gunther.
Gunther, the Gunther Thunder is starting to wear down.
Oh, it is, but he's still a badass, dude.
Yeah, he's still a badass. Yeah, don't get me wrong. He's not.
His thunder happened. His thunder started creeping downward whenever he lost to Cody and Saudi.
Yeah, and that's what Damian Priest is pointing out too.
I'll tell you, thunder never die down. Forever. The Exalted One.
Oh yeah, Brody Lee. Brody Lee's amazing. But as we're sitting here speaking, it like, for example, this is the way I'm looking at things in WWE. Like, there's the tag team division's trash. They gave the titles to the Motor City Machine Guns because they're the Motor City fucking Machine Guns.
And because their fan base has a short attention span for tag team tournaments. They do.
Dude, name a tag team tournament that you can actually say you want to, like, dude, I wish they'd come back with that one. If you say the Crockett Cup, I swear to God, I'm done.
Oh, there was this one WCW tag team tournament I liked. It was like when
Lethal Lottery?
Huh?
The Lethal Lottery tournament?
No, there was this tournament that happened in 1999. It was really good. The winner of it was Kurt Hennig and Barry Windham.
Okay, the Texas guys.
No, this is before that. This is when they were facing against Malenko and Benoit. And they won the tag tournament. It's a Super Brawl.
Hold on. Let me do a thing. Dadgummit.
Ding.
Yeah, I just got a ding. I just got a ding. Y'all heard it, huh?
Dang, fries are done. Dang, fries are done.
I haven't heard that since I quit working fast food.
It was called yeah, they never redid it. It was actually pretty cool though. Okay. There was one attempt at this tournament without the NWO ruling by interfering in matches. This new and improved tournament is a double elimination tournament. As it is here, the top half is the winner's bracket and the bottom half is the loser's bracket. The way it is plotted out is that once someone in the winner's bracket lost, they dropped to the loser's bracket and continued on until they lost again. Note that garnering some wins in the winner's bracket before dropping to the loser's bracket started that team off higher in the loser's bracket. When there was one team left in each bracket, those teams faced each other all at Super Brawl 9 for 1 or 2 matches. If the team from the winner's bracket won the first match at Super Brawl, they won the titles and the tournament would be over. If not, there would be a second match, and if they won that match, they would win the titles and the tournament would be over. For the team from the loser's bracket to win the titles, they would have to win both matches at Super Brawl to win the tournament. If you're interested in tournaments from the past, there's a great page detailing all the tournaments through history. Click here to check it out. So you saying that one right there was worth watching?
Yeah.
Has it ever been redone? No.
Because WCW died out.
Yeah, 2 years later. So wow. Wrath and Hammer were supposed to face Duncan and Enos in the first round, but Disco Inferno put Hammer out of commission in the back, and Wrath no-showed the card. Hall and Nash took their place and defeated Duncan and Enos. It was announced a week later that the match was thrown out, and Duncan and Enos advanced over Wrath and Hammer. Wrath would then be replaced by Kaz Hayashi in the tournament.
This is a 2000, wasn't it?
99. On the 215 Nitro, Bobby Duncan was not at the card due to personal reasons. At that point, Scotty Riggs replaced him in the tournament match against Benoit and Malenko. The finals: Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko versus Kurt Hennig and Barry Windham. Benoit and Malenko need 2 wins in a row to take the titles. Otherwise, they go to Hennig and Windham.
So basically, it's kind of like. So it also kind of reminded me of like the super tag, the World Tag League in New Japan Pro Wrestling. If they win by points.
Yeah, the original tournament was 15.99 to 121.99, and it had David Finley and Dave Taylor versus Super Kylo and Liz Martin Jr., Bobby Eaton and Kenny Chaos versus La Parka and Silver King, and the Faces of Fear versus Mike Enos and Bobby Duncan Jr.
Ooh, I love Faces of Fear. They're one of my favorite tag teams.
So that was the original tournament. So they really did do 2 tournaments that year, but that one right there went to Finley and Taylor. And then Disorderly Conduct, and then Finley and Taylor won that one. And then, good Lord, dude. So they don't even really have a way to even, they didn't know how to do a thing. So January 21st to February 21st. So at the end of this tournament, there was a bigger tournament, which don't make no sense. So that's why no one gave a fuck.
That's the basic. Yeah, WWE can't do tag. Yeah, that just shows that tag team tournaments are
There really hasn't been a real good tournament, man.
Well, if you go to Japan, there's been a lot of great tournaments over there. Check out the World Tag League. What are you talking about, America?
Well, Japan has what they call
they're traditional.
Yeah, and they also have a fan base that's loyal as fuck. Okay, they're so loyal over there, man, that you can tell them that, oh, this is fake, and then as soon as you walked out of that fucking arena that night, you're lucky to be alive the next day. That's how real they take that shit, literally.
Wrestling and baseball.
Their fan base is pretty awesome, though. Their fan base are not crazy like American fans, though.
They're not stupid, man. They're not stupid like they are here. And I don't mean like stupid in the sense of, oh, what's 1 + 1? I'm talking stupid in the fact that shit's stupid because no one understands it. It's not stupid because no one understands it. It's you're ignorant to the point to you want everything now. And
they're
WWE
things. They want to rush hot shot book. That's why the Motor Machine Guns. That's why they let the Motor Machine Guns win the tournament, because they decided to hot shot it because, well, they're in Motor Machine Guns, and two, like I said, a lot of the American, especially WWE fans, have a short attention span of a 5-year-old.
Yeah. See now you're disrespecting wrestling fans as a general thing, man. And
I'm talking about WWE fans, casual fans.
The casual fan of wrestling was you when you were a child. Okay, yes. That would be a casual fan. Now, a wrestling fan would be someone in their teenage years who's been following wrestling for at least 10 years. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
We are what they consider loyalists, because we're loyal to the art of wrestling, because it's an art form. That's what it is. No matter how you look at it, technically sound, over the top flippy moves, or you have some guy just beating the shit out of another guy with chairs and brass knuckles and barbed wire and whatever. However, if you take all this and you push it together, you get wrestling. So with that being said,
what about the tribalists?
Tribalists are different. Tribalists are people that try to recruit people from one side.
They hate wrestling. They hate wrestling.
No, they don't hate wrestling.
The tribalists are like, they are strictly AEW. They are strictly WWE, or they're strictly TNA
whatever. And they try to recruit people to their side.
They even troll other wrestlers, like these ones that troll Ricochet.
I could give it. Look, whenever you go after a wrestler in general, when you go after an actual wrestler in general, that's a whole different low point of subspecies people. Because
you did not like WWE. You can watch WWE Tribalists, may not watch this, but don't harass a wrestler because they go to a different company.
I could look if Ricky Stark showed up in NXT. You know what? Congrats! I'm glad he went somewhere. I'm glad he's making money.
Exactly.
If MJF left and went to wherever, or if, let's just say, one of the big guys left from WWE and came over to AEW, cool. I'm glad they're making money. It ain't because, hey, look who we got, and that's a tribalist mentality. That is, let me show you who we have, let me rope you in, and then let me feed you all my bullshit. No, a wrestling family should be, hey, go here, go everywhere. Make wrestling
exactly
great.
Make your money. Like I said, that's what I said about. I mean, that's how I was happy Ricochet's making a lot more money. He's rich now. Even Samantha Irwin, I'm happy that she wants to do something different. But I didn't expect her to leave WWE though. It was shocking.
Not really, because the way everything is ran over there is run differently now. Like, for example, they let there were 3 people. Baron Corbin, who was the other one that's on television, that was on television with Johnny Gargano's wife, Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell was
yeah,
and I forget the other person.
I like
But-
Indy Hartwell. She's pretty talented, though.
But everybody's saying that either A, she's going to end up in TNA or AEW. Look, but look here, man. This is what I'm trying to say. All these people that are getting released from one company going to another, or vice versa. I'm period. I'm glad Baron Corbin got released. I'm not a fan of Baron Corbin. Never have been a fan of Baron Corbin ever.
Mean bum-ass Corbin?
Huh?
Mean bum-ass Corbin?
Whatever, man. Just
he is a bum-ass Corbin.
Dude, he reminded me of a washed-up Tomko. I like Tyson Tomko. I think Tomko was a better wrestler than Baron Corbin. If you put both of them together, I could have swore I thought I was watching Tyson Tomko until he ran out of the ring and come back in with a 15-second clothesline, which is the dumbest move. I swear, I think that's the dumbest move ever, dude.
I see Corbin going to TNA.
Yeah.
I don't see AEW recruiting him.
No.
Indy Hartwell. I see her going to TNA too. She's more of a TNA person. I don't see her going to AEW. And there was the other one.
I forgot the other person, but they were a lesser name than the other two.
Yeah.
Those two were on television, and people were like, "Oh my God, they released Baron Corbin!" And I'm sitting there going,
"Sayonara."
Thank God. You know, I was so happy when they released Bull Dempsey. You know, he was a run-of-the-mill, watered-down version of Rhino.
He's a ham and egger.
They built him up to be Rhino, dude, on NXT.
No one could be Rhino but fucking Rhino.
Dude, and I was there and I seen this guy, and my buddy was like, "Yeah, man, he's good." And I'm like, "Rhino's better." I've already seen this guy before. It's Rhino.
Cry back.
And dude, at that show, I shit you not, dude, we were sitting there and I was like, they're like, we watched 2 episodes because they filmed 2 episodes that day of NXT because it was down there in wherever it was in Orlando. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Rhino's better. And dude, everybody sitting beside me would looked at me kind of funny and they went, "You're right. Rhino is better." And then the second time, it got louder. It was not just my half anymore. It was the whole fucking.
You basically burned his thunder.
Better. And I was like, I started that, didn't I?
You basically ruined a guy's career.
I did. I really did. And I did not feel bad about it because the very next week, like the weeks we went in there, guess who they had face Bull Dempsey?
Rhino.
It was like his very first match back in NXT. I was like, oh, this is going to be terrible for that guy.
It's like the same thing happened with even when I was at in 2012, I was 2013. I was in New Orleans watching with a friend of mine who owns an indie wrestling company now by the days. Well, anyways, we'll talk about that later. We were at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and Ryback was there, and the fans were yelling, "Goldberg, Goldberg."
That was nothing new, man. That was his gimmick, man. He was basically Goldberg. But
Vince booked him like that.
And feed me more. That right there, man. Those 3 words, feed me more, got over so big, so quickly. And then CM Punk ruined his career. Ruined his whole career, dude. Like, he was up here, and then he wrestled CM Punk, and then everybody was like, hey, where'd Ryback go?
Yep. Well, he wrestled CM Punk, and that's when the Shield debuted, ain't it?
Yeah, because CM Punk really didn't want to wrestle him. He said he was very unsafe because he would ask some of the wrestlers and this, and it's whatever, man. I don't care. I don't care about politics backstage. But my thing is, if you're going out there and you're going to have a match with someone and you're going to put all your all into it, don't hurt the person you're in the ring with. I mean, that's just rule number 1. No matter if you have legit beef with them or not, slug it out in the middle of the ring, cool. But then whenever you do real moves with one another, don't fuck them up. You can kill a person.
Mhm.
I mean, shit. I mean, if you really hate a motherfucker, beat the fuck out of them backstage and then go, hey, we're good now, right? And if they say no, then you go tell management, hey, we just fucking had a big ass fist fight. We're not good. This is a terrible idea. Is there any way we can get out of this?
Oh, speaking of wrestling, there's actually found footage of a match of George Hackenschmidt versus Joe Rogers in London, England.
Time out. Who the fuck are they?
Some of the early wrestlers in the 1900s.
Damn it, Phil.
Damn it, Phil. Time jumping again.
You literally time jumped on us there, Phil. I mean, shit, dude. We're like,
Don't you dare time out me again. How dare you?
not back. God almighty, dude. What are you, Doc Brown? What are we driving in a DeLorean? What the fuck, Phil?
I was looking this shit up. I watch a lot of wrestling documentaries, bro. I think the fans, I think our viewers or lack of viewers know.
Yes, it is our friend. It's getting closer.
I think wrestling fans should be informed about the backstory and history of professional wrestling.
You're right about that, about our friend too. The backstory of our friend coming in very slowly.
Not the train. I'm talking about our viewers or lack of viewers.
Train.
See, yeah, exactly. We got a train coming through, bro. I mean, the train is a special guest, like every other time we do.
Not. It's just a random. It's just a random thing that happens.
No, it's right on time. At 11:40.
Oh boy, this is almost as crazy as you guys want to talk about going to Casa Bonita.
Dude, we should go to Casa Bonita. Literally, dude. I'm telling you, I think we'd have a blast there. You know what they should have? This is me spitballing. If the creators of South Park listen to this at all, you should actually expand it a little bit.
God,
please indulge me for a second and have live lucha matches in the middle of Casa Bonita.
Okay. Luchadors, I can see. We should definitely get some like indie guys, but yeah, like I said, there's found footage of George Hackenschmidt and Joe Rogers. This is like early old school mat wrestling.
That's awesome, Phil. That's really cool, man. It really is, but
no.
Where does that?
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
See what I'm saying?
Phil lost us.
We're talking about shit, and it feels like, hey, speaking of this, we got some shit
that happened in the 1900s. I'm like, wait, what?
I get, hey, dude, I'm the same way, bro. I am. I'm 100% the same way, but give me a heads up. That's all I'm asking.
You went 100% squirrel on us.
I'm that way.
I love you, brother. I do, but man, man, that's like, hey, guess what? Today in wrestling, dude, did y'all see that GSP fight in the Octagon last night? Wait, huh?
My brain is weird, and I look up random things sometimes when I'm on the show sometimes. So you got, I don't know.
I'm trying to go with it, bro. I'm there, Doc Brown. I'm there. All right, I can be your Marty McFly tonight, and I'm just going along for the ride.
Oh my god!
Because I'm telling you, dude, that was left field, Phil. That was really left field, bro.
It's on YouTube. We can watch it. It's a very short match.
I bet it's like 3.5 minutes long, maybe 4 tops.
But still, it's like some black and white. It's silent too. We're not gonna watch it.
I can't do that, Phil. Look. If we're going to do a match, we're going to do a real match, something that means something, not something that came out in the 1800s. No offense.
1908.
What are their names?
20th century.
What are their names?
Okay, it's George Hackenschmidt versus Joe Rogers, I think.
If someone types over there, they want to see that, then yeah, we will definitely watch that.
That's like Germany versus America.
Joe Rogers, and this happened in London, 1908.
Oh, okay.
Jesus fucking Christ, man! That's over 100 and some odd years ago.
It's a 23 minute and 50-second match.
Fuck no, Phil.
Yeah, that was meant for
you uncultured swines. Is all I'm gonna say.
I could be uncultured.
You uncultured swines.
Oh my god, dude.
No, let's watch an Ultimate Warrior match. At least I know it ends in like 2 minutes.
You guys, I'd rather drink a toilet than watch an Ultimate Warrior match.
And no offense, Phil, I'd rather I don't know, man. 1908, bro. What were they filming that on?
Probably a Nickelodeon or something, I guess.
I don't think this right here was a thing in 1908. I think it was more like,
yeah,
it was one of the early film projectors, one of the early film cameras.
Oh dear Jesus!
Slow. Hey, it's like the videos I sing. Slow down, baby.
Oh my god!
I sent him with random football stuff, and there's like this little clip in there. It's like, all right, baby, slow down, baby.
Or the one that goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like it's like William Knife Man.
Beep beep.
That thing. Woo!
You can face palm all you want, but tell me the relevance of 1908 to 2020.
It represents, like, it just shows the earlier stages of professional wrestling. Of like what it's evolved to now. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have the crazy shit we have now.
I disagree, Phil.
Now if they had some pictures of fucking Abraham Lincoln wrestling, then that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, it shows the earlier days of back when wrestling was still in the carnival days.
But this is not even in America, Phil. This is some shit that's over in, you would just say London, England?
So?
That's two different styles of wrestling, Phil. You know that as well as I do.
It's old school mat wrestling.
Yeah, no, because old school wrestling.
If you actually watch the video, I want to get what you guys think about it.
Fuck it.
I'll send it to you.
I didn't say yeah, Phil. I didn't say yeah. Oh my God. But go ahead, send it away. Send away. Jesus Christ, man.
Here we go. This is going to be our Phil's time machine segment.
Jesus Christ, man.
There we go. There we got a segment now. Phil's time machine.
Fucking right.
No,
man.
we don't.
Back to the Future with Phil.
I'm trying to show you guys a little culture and you guys throw it in my face.
I'm not throwing it in your face, Phil, man. I promise you I'm not. It's what's the word I'm looking for, man?
Squirrel?
I'm random. I know.
Squirrel?
I have ADHD, so sue me.
The Russian Lions victory. Hackenschmidt versus Rogers. Jesus. And this is done with Scientific Wrestling.
It's a little quiet here.
I'm reading. I'm sorry. It's not even an actual match. It's all right. I'm reading. It's the intro is the Great Wrestling Match. Minute and 15 is Hackenschmidt's legacy and fame. 4 minutes and 30 seconds you get audience and venue shots, and then 7 minutes and 20 seconds you get Hackenschmidt and Joe Rogers' entrance. And then at 10 minutes and 45 seconds, you get the start of the wrestling match. Then you get the epic grapple between Hackenschmidt pins Rogers. The final bout, Hackenschmidt's victory. And the trophy presentation and closing at 23 minutes.
Let's start at 15 minutes. At 10:45.
Yeah.
We don't need to see the venue.
I could care less. I mean, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right.
How's the entrance 7 minutes? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I don't have a clue. I just work here now.
You guys brains are hurting.
It's not even a ring.
Nope.
It's really not. See, all this right here, that's people in the ring.
Actually, shoot, you see, you should go to the beginning and show the physique back then. Actually,
It's a man.
Actually, shoot, for the time, it's.
I don't believe this is actually 1908. Because it's too crisp and too clean.
They probably refurbished some of these films. That's why.
And to be honest, he looks like an actual bare knuckle fighter.
George,
Probably
look at
was.
George Hackenschmidt.
It is him.
He was always one of the first.
For the time, that is pretty buff.
Yeah.
And the original Dapper Yapper.
Well, for real.
Manly man.
But see this right here in the back. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
It makes me speculate that this might be a doctored film.
With the black guy?
Yeah. For being, well, no, England didn't really have a thing with it. That's right. This is in England.
So I'm just waiting right here. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that's him. He's not a black guy. He's just a big brute dude.
Oh, that was him? That was sitting there?
Yeah. That's craziness.
Wrestling in loafers. Then you have wrestling boots that are just loafers.
And socks that go up to your knees.
They still have spandex though.
Speedos, yeah. Still got the Speedos.
Spandex.
So they're wrestling on a mat.
Yeah. Old school mat wrestling.
Old school Greco-Roman style wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I was trying to tell you.
It's like a gymnasium mat right there.
Yeah. They still do this today.
Jack Sabre Jr. does this. Even some guys.
Somebody lost a shoe.
Yeah, like I said, they're wrestling in loafers, man.
There was a really good. There was one of my favorite moves when it comes to the Greco-Roman hair pull.
All right, he's pushing him outside the ring. What happened?
Nothing.
So they get back in. God, did wrestling evolve?
And you got the referee sitting there standing around.
The Russian Lion victory? Okay.
I think that's what called that's George Hackenschmidt's name, the Russian Lion.
Yeah.
Like, geez, stand up. Come on, this dude is so much bigger. Just fucking stand the fuck up.
And he's all over him, though, man. Like, he ain't letting him stand up because he's all over him. It's almost like some MMA shit.
Well, if you look at MMA, is based off of Greco-Roman style wrestling mixed with other martial arts.
Yeah.
Mixed with jiu-jitsu, Greco-Roman style wrestling, Muay Thai.
Obviously, they're not doing full contact. They're not hitting each other, but there's mat wrestling.
I just see you guys enjoying this.
I don't know about enjoyment, Phil, but
it's more or less like, damn, it's like everybody's you see, I'm just like looking around at the scene, and it's like everybody's invested in watching it. And I'm like, wow.
I mean, this was entertainment back over 116 years ago. What do you expect?
well, I'm gonna put it on mute because I mean, all it is music and it keeps going back and forth. And the dude on the bottom, man, I guess that's Hockenschmidt, but he ain't taking he can't be flipped, man. And the dude just keeps trying to flip him and everything, and he can't do nothing with him.
George Tucker was a big motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, I can tell. And the other, I mean, he's like just sitting there playing with that dude. Like, yeah, you're trying to flip me and you can't. Like, I got really good strong game. You're gonna tire yourself out by trying to flip me.
There's
I think it's like
another wrestler I wouldn't mind checking out. It's Frank Gotch.
Oh, dude, that dude was amazing. If you can find some shit of him, I'm pretty sure there's some out there. But
I mean, he's the reason why a lot of people we have wrestlers named Carl and Simon Gotch.
Mm-hmm.
And because of Carl Gotch, we got the Gotch style pile driver.
Yeah.
And that is Minoru Suzuki's finisher. He got it from the late great Carl Gotch.
See, there he flipped him over, right? But he's outside the ring or the mat, whatever you want to call it, and he stood up.
You can definitely tell they want to go by. These guys are more athletes. They're more like they're both babyface. This is before the babyface and the heel thing. I think where they're just athletes.
I don't know, man. I think the dude's bleeding. Dude's bleeding out from under his eye. Like literally, he's bleeding out from under his eye.
Back even these matches, I can see why they get cauliflower ears. Brock. One thing I noticed about a lot of wrestlers, you can barely tell they're cauliflower. They have cauliflowers, so you get up close. You know that?
Yeah, because of the way they used to wrestle, man.
Well, that's where you get them. The Olympic
those big old big old ass ears that look like they're swollen.
Yeah, like Kurt Angle,
Brock Lesnar,
Gable,
Dean Malenko.
Yeah, huh?
Dean Malenko.
Yeah, they all had cauliflowers because they were actual wrestlers.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, yeah.
Mick Foley.
He lost.
I'm sorry.
There's a difference.
Wow. So did he pin him? Did he pin him? Like he pinned him right there, dude.
No, his shoulder ain't on the.
His head's is over the mat, so I think it's just like the ring rope, He's holding his hand on the edge of the mat.
No, his shoulder's up. That's why.
He's trying to get outside the ring or outside the mat area. I mean, that's crazy right there, man. Look at that trapeze, man. Like all of the muscle in his arms and everything are just sitting there flushed over.
This is quite. You feel like we're doing a school project, aren't you, Mike?
I don't know how I feel about this, Phil. I really don't. Dude's contorted all out of the way, man. Like Even the referees.
This is pro wrestling history, man. This is what I feel about it. Will you stop?
I don't think it's pro wrestling history. More so than it is just regular wrestling history, Phil. That's. I mean,
you make me sad, Mike. You make me.
I'm
sad.
not trying to make you sad, man, but I'm being honest with you. That's how I feel about it. And he gave him the victory. So that's a whole different. That's a whole different thing.
Oh, these are more matches.
This is a different match here.
Yeah, this is father versus son here.
Oh, Mike, we got to right now. I get to right now, Dad.
I don't know
Hip, hip.
what this is, man. It's scary, dude. Like, this is cool because you see the press over here and here.
Mm-hmm.
And the mat is a lot bigger. And you got different types of referees in all corners. Like, there's one here and there's one here.
Mm-hmm.
He's writing
That's
stuff.
the timekeeper, I think.
But here,
Yeah.
he was writing stuff down. And he's just over there. And see, he's being invested. So I think
And you
they're
have
both
the press box is right there.
Well, there's one here and there's one over here too, though, Phil.
Yeah.
And a dude with no hair is really beating the shit out of a dude with hair.
I told you to eat the damn vegetables.
You ain't no son of mine.
Damn milkman's baby.
You didn't come from my little ones.
Boy, right.
Is this? Yeah, that's how you scrub the floor. That's how
I
you
had your mother last night.
scrub the floor, boy. Scrub the floor. I said scrub that floor.
Oh, we got him turned over. Oh.
Yeah, he did. He's almost got him over now. Boom.
Oh!
Wow. Okay.
This is
That- Okay. This is a little bit more impressive than the other match.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more impressive. See,
There's-
there's a press box here and there's a press box here. And they had 3 people jump out there and do reffing on this. So it was like this right here is the trophy, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Both of those are trophies.
And I guess that's the trainer.
I guess the other match was a little bit more stiff.
I don't know if it was stiff, man, but it had a smaller mat. I can tell you that.
Yeah, this
I
is
think
more like
I
this is
think
more
these
like
guys-
a rug. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this thing's huge. It's like, so I guess they're wrestling in India. Wait, never mind. I'm sorry.
London.
The younger guy, it looks like he's more winded than the older guy. And the older guy he's flat footing it with no socks, no shoes on. The other guy's he's trying to trip.
Sort of like what Kevin Von Erich used to do.
Mhm.
He's got knee
He
pads.
wrestles barefoot, or he wrestled barefoot. Kevin Von Erich does. One of his sons wrestles barefoot as well. What do you guys feel about barefoot wrestlers that wrestle barefoot?
Well, I mean, they are that. Hold on, Leoncito, mi amor.
Are you still on us?
Yes, baby. We're still doing a thing. We're watching a match from 1908 right now.
Okay, well, have fun. Just call me whenever you're done.
All right, baby. Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Oh,
Well,
yeah?
anyway, she said fuck when you said 1908, didn't she?
No, she's like, okay, like whatever. Do you? That's crazy.
Oh, that was a good slam.
Phil, you're getting excited about shit from 1908. That's scary.
I like histories.
There you go.
He got it. He got it. He got the win. Okay, so that dude got the win. And
I like old shit, man. I love vintage stuff, things that are older than me. I
wouldn't say this is vintage. I wouldn't say this is vintage. I'd say this is antique, Phil.
I like antiques.
Antique.
I do too, cars, but I don't know how I feel about my wrestling being antique. Okay.
It's come a long way. It's come a long way. Mike's you uncultured pig.
All right. Do we just see this? I thought we just watched this match.
Yeah.
So
I think we're done with this.
I'm gonna fast forward a little. Oh shoot. He's hurt. He ain't getting up.
Ooh, rewind it a little bit. Let's see what happened here.
Probably cracked a rib or something.
He's bleeding right here on top of his head. You see that? Like a big old goose egg right here.
Oh yeah, well, like I said, this is.
Boom! He sat on his chest.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Probably broke his sternum. Dude.
Well, like I said, you're looking at basically that's not even a mat. That's just like a carpet on the fucking hardwood floor.
Yeah. There's water there, and
Died in a ring.
no, he got up. They moving him out.
They're probably taking him to a hospital or something. And the guys just make sure he's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we just watched 15 minutes of this thing.
Oh, that's that heck of shit wrong.
Oh dear God! Come on. Can I skip this shit? We've already seen this. Didn't we already see this?
This is the last bout, I think, though.
It's like
I'm fast forwarding.
matches, yeah.
I didn't see this part.
Well, no, because I fast forwarded it though.
Cigarette burns. What do you have against this, Mike?
Huh?
You're not really enjoying yourself. You feel like you're being tortured.
Tortured wouldn't be the word I would be using.
Tormented?
Not tormented.
I'm just trying to MST3K this thing here.
Look, he gave him a headlock, and then he gets threw down again.
It's the early days of pro wrestling, Mike. What do you expect?
I don't think this is pro wrestling, Phil.
George Atkins was a pro wrestler.
Maybe a wrestler.
This is the early days of professional wrestling. Whether you like it or not.
Look, he's like, point over there. Let's go over here. Let's go over here then. We're going to go over here now.
The hell?
Well, this is before, like I said, this is before it evolved.
Like, dude, stand up.
What it was like 80 years ago in 1948 when the NWA was formed.
Like, flip over and fucking put him in a headlock or something.
They should have used a bigger mat like the other guys did.
Here comes the pin. Got it right there. Okay, that's the end. Hackenschmidt was a small guy. That's Hackenschmidt. Jesus.
Damn. Grandpa was ripped. Jeez, OP. Dang, for that. Wow. I'm actually impressed for that time era to be that ripped. The original Papa Pump.
For real, dude.
Yeah.
The original Hulk Hogan.
Damn, like, shoot, he was ripped, chiseled, and jacked.
Look, they give out. Okay, so there is 3.
All right.
The best grappling match of 1932.
Nah, we're good.
At least he'll be in a ring.
Yeah, that was like that was interesting. Is like, but it's just I was actually impressed with the guy's physique. That actually,
Yeah, the dude's physique was a lot more impressive.
I give it a 10 out of 10. I find it kind of educational, but you guys don't like education.
Phil, I graduated in 98. It's 2024. That's too many years to care.
Shoot, I forgot more wrestling than I fucking.
You make me
watched,
sad,
right?
Mike.
I'm sorry if I make you sad, Phil. I really am, dude, because
You're doing life wrong, Mike.
no, I'm not.
Doing
I'm
life
really
wrong.
not. I have watched, dude. I even own the original WWF DVDs where they have the original induction of the actual WWF belt. The very first time it was worn, and it was in black and white with no commentary, and it was god awful, Phil. And it even said that some of the original footage was lost, so they pieced it together what they had. And for that time era, for 1908 to have that great of actual footage, it had to be doctored in some way, man.
It was probably so it lost, probably. So I mean, it was good for what it was.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not saying it was a hunk of shit. I'm saying
I like it. You were acting like you were crying.
No, I'm disappointed.
You acted like a teenager.
I'm like, damn, where's the headlock?
You're acting like a teenager in class. You acted like like a teenager in class. This is so boring.
Dude, Phil, I watch more pro wrestling matches than pro wrestling matches made. Like that right there to me.
Annoying teenager kids. Well, in history, I had to deal with in history class while I was enjoying it. Some kid fucking ruined it.
I'm not trying to ruin it for you, but it wasn't professional wrestling. As much as you want to make it professional wrestling, it was more like wrestling. And I'm not knocking it, but for what it was, to me, it was wrestling. No matter if it was a PWF match, it looked like just a PW match.
All right. So, you guys ready to call it a night?
Yeah, I'm tired, and it's.
I got a doctor's appointment at 9 a.m., so.
But the thing is, we didn't even get to talk about the other good stuff that's going on in wrestling, like all the other stuff. But
we kind of touched on everything. You see, I watched NXT. It was boring. And I'll honestly, wholeheartedly admit that this episode of NXT was boring.
Last week's was good.
Yeah, last week was actually last week it wasn't really good. It was more nostalgic good, like with all the people that came.
ECW.
And everything. It was nostalgic good. Otherwise, everything else, it was all right.
And then this week,
actually, I'll admit the
Julia
the
and Stephanie had better matches in outside of WWE NXT.
the 5-on-5 women's match, that was actually pretty good. That was actually a really good match. So, but last week's NXT was good, but this week's no. Raw was. It had a good couple moments on there, but otherwise, man.
but Raw needs to be 3 hours.
Yeah. Dynamite was pretty good tonight.
The only thing I have bad about Dynamite,
shaky.
that I mean, Dynamite to me is more of a fan service. It's more fan service like an anime is. Like it tries to go to every type of fan.
Yeah.
They really do.
What shocked me was Adam Cole losing tonight. That actually shocked me. I was like, what?
Well, if you look at it, Collision is more Dynamite's more the entertainment version of AEW, and Collision is more the wrestling part of AEW.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that, Phil.
I like that though. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
I like the. It's kind of like you mix it up. You know, kind of like I like how they did that with in the early days of Ruthless Aggression era, like where Raw was more the entertainment show and SmackDown was a wrestling show.
Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is, like, last week's Collision was good. This week's Dynamite was good. It wasn't great, but it was
great. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. I'll admit that. Yeah,
it was like, and this is not trying to rain on anybody's parade or trying to downplay AEW at all. I didn't understand the back-to-back matches were so quick between the house of the Cowles family and Roderick Strong and Adam Cole. I didn't understand that. I didn't get that, and I didn't like the fact that what's his name was in the middle of the ring and he goes, Ospreay, and he goes, "Oh, I see you got friends." Well, I got friends too.
I can think they could have done better.
Yeah,
I just watched it for what it was. I decided let it play out.
I'm letting it play out. I really am. I like the storyline they're doing with Ospreay and the Don Callis family.
I never thought I would see Aussie Open breakup ever.
And it looked like it was really hard for Mark Davis to allow Ospreay to do what he did to Kyle Fletcher.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you expect? These guys were part of the United Empire and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
And I really do believe Mark Davis is going to turn on Ospreay.
Yeah. I can see that happening. But Dan, I had a thought and I fucking lost it. Jesus. Hold on. Let me pick up my thought.
You're good. But like I said though, and I'm not bashing AEW for that at all. And like me and you were talking about earlier about the whole Jon Moxley taking over TBS, it didn't feel like that. It felt like
it didn't do nothing. He came out. He was about to say something. They brawled. I'm like, what was this bullshit? Like, what is the story behind this? I know we had our theories and speculations, but now it's something that's just leading to nowhere. It
needs something to happen at Full Gear that nobody's expecting. This is and I gave this to the missing link as well. Kelly, I love you to death, brother. I told Kelly this the other night. I told him, I said, what if the person behind the whole ordeal is none other than Adam Copeland?
Edge, really?
Does it make sense?
It would.
He's due for a comeback, and he's about ready to come back right about now. So,
does it make sense?
But ain't he supposed to be like the technically ain't he supposed to be the new leader of the House of Black and everything?
I think they dropped that whenever he got injured. I think they were going to try to do something with that if he didn't get injured, but No. What happened was, whenever he won the title, whenever he beat Malachi Black,
He's supposed to get control of the House of Black.
No.
Yeah.
The Malachi Black could never fight him again for the title. They had to leave him alone forever while he held the TNT title. Now, if he would have lost, he had to join the House of Black. That was a stipulation.
So either way, that story's over.
Yeah, that story ended whenever he got injured. But him being part of this Death Riders faction makes a lot of sense. Because look at everybody in part of this, besides even Marina Shafir, everybody in this faction, besides Wheeler Yuta, was all
WWE.
Mm-hmm. The only one that doesn't fit is Wheeler. And they're kind of pushing at Wheeler to kick him out, kind of. Like tonight, he's like, you ain't going to tell me what to do. And then Claudio goes, shut up. And he shut up. Because they panned it right on him when he said that, too. Like, oh, I ain't going to do. And he shut up. So, yeah. It kind of seems like they're going to kick Wheeler Yuta out because he's the weak link. But it kind of makes sense of the way the timeline's going and how everything's being pushed the way it is and how there's a bigger obstacle coming to AEW.
Yeah, first, like I said, Wheeler Yuta started out as the indie guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically an AEW original.
Yeah, no.
No, Wheeler Yuta wrestled in a lot of companies before he got signed to AEW. Hell, he was wrestling in New Japan before he got signed.
He also wrestled in Michinoku Pro Wrestling as well. He wrestled a lot in Northern Japan, up with the Great Sasuke. He wrestled with the Great Sasuke as well. I watched that. I did watch that interview he had on the AEW Unrestricted podcast on the TNT YouTube channel, and it was a pretty good cipher what he did. He wanted to do it because he's half Japanese. His grandmother's Japanese. He wanted to embrace a lot of that strong style. And plus, I thought he did great in the Super Junior tournament.
Hey, man, I have no fault in Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta's good. He's running with whatever they give him. But the thing is, though, does he fit in this faction? Not at all.
No,
he really doesn't. And I think they're trying to find a way to get rid of him in a way to where it makes them look more, gives them way more heat, and it puts them over in a whole nother echelon. Because right now they're trying to hard reset the AEW timeline is what they're trying to do.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, either Wrestle Dynasty or Wrestle Kingdom, Jon Moxley is facing against Shota Umino, one of his former Jon Moxley's student from New Japan Pro Wrestling. He was teaching a lot of him back when when Umino was a young lion.
Yeah. So, I mean, there is a lot of things building up to this pay-per-view that people are like, either give us something or kill it. And
even the storyline is going to deep to New Japan Pro Wrestling because Shota Umino is disappointed in him what he's doing in AEW.
A lot of people are disappointed what he's doing in AEW. And I'm really sick and tired of reading all these fucking people's bullshit about Dean Ambrose back in WWE as soon as his contract expires in 2026. And I'm like,
it's the same with Malachi Black and everything.
It's like, Jesus Christ, man, let the shit go. Like, oh, did you hear that WWE signed this person and that person? I'm like, again, let it go.
Oh yeah, like Malachi Black is coming back to WWE after this match. Then he won, if I'm correct, then he in last Saturday. Yeah, I heard. Malachi Black won, so I'm sure he's probably going to WWE now, isn't he? Or he's probably going to the reformed ECW. This girl Christy, she also has her own YouTube channel. She's this Canadian chick. She's pretty badass. She was being sarcastic on Twitter, and she even hates these fucking geeks. It's like they like to start the pot.
The bad thing about it, though, man, like I'm saying, is it's the dirt sheets are bad. That they're horrible. They're like, hey, By the way, Dean Ambrose could show up in WWE at any time because
I
Tony
fucking
Khan lets wrestlers do whatever.
If anything, out of all media, pro wrestling has the worst media ever. Misinformation can be is a whole lot worse in professional wrestling.
People in general, man, look, and I'll be the first to admit this. People want to be the first to say that certain things happen in wrestling. They want to be the first. Either they have the inside scoop, or they have this and they know this and that, or I got previous information from someone that's within the company.
Yeah, and they end up looking like a dumbass in the end.
Josh, you know what I'm talking about. You see it all the time on the internet, and for
I see this shit on Twitter a lot, man.
I give two fucks about Twitter because I don't go to Twitter for two reasons. One, it's a bunch of babies crying about their fucking whatever, and then the other thing is the election shit. I give two fucks. It's over with. It's done. Move on, people. I care none. Even if it was the other way around, I'd still be like, you know what? It's done. It's over with. Move the fuck on, people.
Yep.
It in the same way with wrestling fans, they want to go and say, hey, so-and-so said this first, so that makes them smart. No,
it doesn't. It just makes you look like an idiot.
Well, I mean, no, it don't make them look like an idiot. It makes them look like, oh, they know people. They don't. They got lucky. Like, for example, the biggest one here recently, Ricochet's leaving WWE. The first person to announce that was a dirt sheet, made him look smart. But then the dumbass said, hey, guess what? Aleister Black is going to be back in WWE before the end of the year. And then he retweeted, no, my contract don't end at such and such, and I don't want to talk about it.
I am not leaving anytime soon. He said it, he posted
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not leaving anytime soon.
He's annoyed about the bullshit. I don't blame Malachi Black.
It's the people, man. It's the dirt sheet people. It's the people who got smart or think they're smart who got lucky once.
They're morons.
Sean's View Entertainment. I hate to even give this guy any credit whatsoever. I don't even watch his shit no more, dude. I unfollowed the shit because of
I
all
even
his shit.
followed JD from New York because
I've unfollowed a lot of people, man. The only person I continue following is Ango. And because Ango doesn't play fucking politics, just like we don't play.
Play politics. Mr. Wrestling with Regret, Brian Zane.
Who's that?
You don't know Brian's Wrestling with Regret? Brian Zane?
No.
Oh, dude, he is funny as hell, man. He tells a lot of crazy stuff that happened and everything. He's very unbiased about it too.
Good. Maybe I'll check him out. Maybe you give me someone else to watch besides Ango.
Oh, he does, dude. You should see his impression of Captain Lou Albano. It's pretty hilarious.
Cool. But
he even does an impression of dude. He even got blocked by Jim Cornette because some of the cult members, members of his cult decided, like, because he's like, I'm tired of these old timers bitching about the modern day performance of wrestling, about them flipping and everything. You know, these trolls and everything, and apparently we're going to tell Jim, and Jim ended up blocking him.
Well, the thing is, though, man, Jim Cornette has a great mind for the old business. The new business of Jim Cornette is about saying a lot of shit just to get a hit. That's all it is. Just like, for example, a lot of the people who agree with him, they're all like, oh, yeah, Jim Cornette's the man. Jim Cornette this, Jim Cornette that. But whenever they listen to his podcast, they give him all these views, they give him all these hits because they want to hear what he's got to say. They want to hear the fucks. They want to hear the bullshits, and they want to hear the trash talk.
Tell great stories from time to time. You know, yeah. I like his tales, early days on the territory. You know, from when he was starting in the '80s. I do like those stories. I even love the stuff on Dark Side of the Ring, but I don't like his points of views of modern day wrestling. That's somewhere I step on where I highly disagree with.
Well, today's wrestling and yesterday's wrestling are two different types of wrestling. The Attitude Era and today's wrestling are two types of wrestling.
And you also got the 80s style, too, of the days of psychology.
The days of psychology are done. You have it this much, and the rest of it is the modern style of wrestling.
Kenny Omega brings in the psychology, though.
I didn't say that they don't have it still. I said there's this much. Like every wrestler still has a little bit of psychology in them, but they try to throw it out with all their moveset. They want to get their shit in other words. Everybody wants to get their shit in.
They more care about the moves, but I guess you can always have like a little bit of both. You know, I like both in a way.
Yeah, but
there's nothing wrong with both. You know, why can't we have both?
Yeah, but until next week, though, I think we should hold off on it because we should pick up here next week what we're talking about right now, because this is what people want to hear. Trust me, it ain't about all the psychology in the world and all this, that, and the other. If we continue talking, I'm going to get sick and tired and want to go to sleep.
And it's 12:30 at night.
And say it, Mike. Tell him, Mike.
And if you're not listening to Ringside Rants, people, you're
doing like wrong.
You're fucking right. And we're not just food for the mouth, baby. We're also
food for the ears.
Damn right, man. Fucking right, dude. And that's what people want to hear, man. People want to hear that shit. They don't want to care about all the other bullshit because we're not those other people sitting there saying, oh, this was better than this. We're here to tell you that this right here is better than anything else, baby. And on that note, we'll see you all next week. And also, buy some Dubby.
And also, if you like the video, please subscribe, like, even if you
like, subscribe, and share.
And also, I hope you did enjoy the education video because if it's in Torment Mike, I'll play it again for you.
You gotta dig, man. Why do you have to dig? Why dig, man? Like seriously, everybody. Good night. Or seriously, why dig?